Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGenEd. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of GameStop, ticker symbol GME. And so here I am recording this on Wednesday, October 30th, after the market has closed, and GameStop closed at a price of $23.28, being up a little over 2.5% on the day and pulling back about 40 cents in the after hours, being just below $23 a share now. And so I wanted to follow up on the chart because the last time that I went over GameStop, I talked about the possibility of price pulling down to around $20 a share, and we did see a little bit of a retracement coming down to a low of $20.35 on October 23rd. And, I feel like that was the dip. And, really, when talking about price levels like $20 a share, really, like $20.49, round that down to 20. I think that's it. And so I do feel like that was the bottom that we hit there, because if you may notice, it does look like we have broken it out from this downtrend, which if I do take a step back, I can show you where that originates from. It goes back to this pivot high from July 17th, which was at a price of $29.79. And then I got the other pivot high being from September 9th at a price of $25.02. And you can see from that level, we did retest it over here, got rejected. And then more recently, we did test it, pulling back along it before breaking out on Monday, when we did go up by about 10%, 10.5% on the day, and we have continued higher. So looking really good there. But what do I see going forward into the future? One thing you might notice, you might remember it from my prior videos, is this red dash line here that is at $23.41, and that is Roaring Kitty's average as of his YOLO posting from, I believe it was June, the last time he updated that. And so as long as he is not added to his position, his average is 23.41, and we did wick above that today, hitting a high during the day of $24.54, just below this level, 24.69, which corresponds to the high from September 3rd. Not that that's significant, but we did, get rejected from that level over here, also corresponding with that downtrend. So, maybe it is significant. And I've heard a lot of talk about GameStop needing to break into the $25 region before we really see some volatility to the upside. But, one thing that is pretty encouraging about these moves that we have seen, and considering that we only have 2 more trading days for the week, is that if I do flip over to Unusual Whales to look at the max pain here, we can see that for this coming Friday, the max pain is $28.50. And as of right now, price is well above that. And so it is quite possible we could be seeing some hedging towards the end of the week if market makers are not able to drive the price lower than $20.50. Although I'm sure that more calls were being bought and that this number will be going up. But if the price does close above $20.50 or whatever max pain is for the week, I suspect we could be seeing some gamma squeeze action with price going a lot higher, potentially getting up to, like $80 a share like it did earlier in the year when we actually hit this high during market hours of 64.83. But I believe the pre-market pricing was right around $80. So I think we could be getting up there. And so, I would be looking for that. But since it does look like we have put in what perhaps is a spinning top here and actually opening, what price did we open at? We opened at $23.40, so just 1 penny below Roaring Kitty's average. And so with that being said, this big wick to the top side, I could see us pulling back. Where could we be pulling back to? Perhaps $21.69, which is the 786 from a pretty famous retracement that I've done, going back all the way to the big move that we saw here in May when we hit that high on the 14th, and going back to the low from, let's see, April 16th, that low of $9.95. That represents this Fibonacci here, and the 786 at 2169. So maybe we are going to see a little bit of a pullback with market makers trying to drive the price lower than max pain before Friday. But if they fail to do that, and even if they fail to do that, I think that the momentum has really shifted into our favor, and that we could be seeing the stock price going a lot higher in the weeks ahead. But maybe, like I said, a pullback to 2169, perhaps testing this uptrend here, which is based on the low from September 20th, as well as the other pivot point being the low from October 9th, which was at $20.30, marked by this yellow line here. But, we could also adjust this uptrend to include the lows that we recently hit, and maybe price would be coming down a little bit lower than 2169. But at this point, I feel like it's a bad idea to be waiting for $20 a share. I think 2035 was that opportunity. And so any pullback that we see here between now and about 2150, I think that's a dip buying opportunity before we see the next rip, because of course, as I'm sure you all know, it does look like Roaring Kitty has sold his full Chewy position, and so I suspect any money that he made from that will be going into GameStop, whether it's to buy calls or shares. I suspect we will be seeing a GME YOLO update on Reddit in the near future. And so, I would look forward to that. But in the meantime, I would look for, a retest of 2169 before taking off, maybe to test this orange uptrend, which would be coming to around a price of like 27.30, or perhaps higher, maybe coming up to the highs over here right around $30 a share, with that high from July 17th being at 29.79. It's quite possible that could be a level of resistance in the future, perhaps corresponding with the beginning of December, as that does seem to line up with the orange uptrend. And so maybe we are getting to there by then, or perhaps we're blowing past it, maybe getting back up to fill this gap at 48.75. So, lots of upside to look forward to, but maybe we get a dip down to $21.50, but maybe we do get a little bit of a dip below that. And, like usual, any dips with this stock I think are great buying opportunities, especially since we have broken out. So, I am looking forward to that. I hope you guys are too. But, as always, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, you guys, and happy belated Cat Day. Take care.